So this is an old story. It's about an early Apple employee, Bill Atkinson, who worked on the Lisa project, um, which in this project, the management wanted to get awareness of the productivity of the developers. So they introduced this metric. Every week you're supposed to detail how many lines of codes you have produced. And while that is sort of a metric that you can go by if you have an ever increasing code base, that's fine. But in this case, as Bill was refactoring code while making it 6 times faster, this feature he was working on, he also scrapped a bunch of it and rewrote a bunch of it, and it came down to 2,000 lines of code less than originally. Who knows, he might have written 10,000 lines of code while taking it down from the original 12,000 lines of code. So that would be a net plus of 10,000. But if you just look at the lines of codes in the code base, it would be minus 2,000. So this is an old way of looking at it, of course, and maybe naively some still do. Another way of looking at it in a more modern sense is to look at the amount of changes in your version handling software like Git, where you can see that actually there was this amount of code removed, this amount of code introduced, and this is the actual net productivity of it. The only thing that going by lines of code will produce, not the only thing, but something that it can produce is bloat of code, that you just want to enter as much code as possible, not really thinking of the structure, and just create as much of it as possible, which is likely not an incentive to make things optimized or particularly well written and future proof. So yeah, this is a lesson in how you can think about code. So it's a funny example.